would Odd Future have made it in 2023? 2021. Tyler, the Creator, states that Odd Future wouldn't have made it due to cancel culture, everything being slightly politically correct, and all the usual BS that we've been seeing over the past couple years when it comes to artistic integrity, when it comes to having any sense of comedy. It's just being shut down, and it hasn't been a great time. Tyler, the creator himself saying, fuck no. Like, straight up, no, it's not gonna happen.
Would Odd Future have made it in 2021? You guys talked so fuck crazy.
No.
You guys would never made it out the gate.
So we came at the right time where, like,
the last moment.
You could still be crazy. You could still be a kid and fuck up. You could still have satire. You could still allow people to have a conversation, even if you disagreed. Right now it's crazy. And I was just thinking about, like, the idea of,
which I find a bit mind-boggling hearing it from Tyler, the Creator, especially seeing as how even before cancel culture and the whole craze over social media, Tyler, the Creator, has faced some of the worst consequences as far as, trying to be canceled or trying to, like, hey, get this guy out of here. So before we dive into those consequences, what do we mean by would Odd Future have made it? Odd Future Collective being able to create their music and sustain themselves through their music, earn their bread, and eventually go on to, the points that they are now. I'm not talking about, they would have got popular, but they wouldn't have been able to make any bread. No, they would have made it. There would have been a couple obstacles along the way, but here, let's just go into it. Now, Odd Future in its dankest era, its most sinister, will definitely have to be from like that 2008, 2011. Some notable projects instantly, especially for Tyler, Bastards, Goblin, Earl with his tape Earl. And those are some of the highlights. Even though this is Odd Future's collective, I believe Tyler and Earl were really like the forefront of it, the faces, especially Tyler, the Creator. Social media will play a major factor in Odd Future succeeding in 2021, even though we're in 2023. I'm going to say 2021 because that was when the interview was held. But more or less 2021, 2023, we in the same era still. And with that, with TikTok being able to just, the algorithm loves anything, Tyler's insane nature along with Earl, the entire crew, will quickly blow up on the platform. Of course, it will capitalize on Instagram and YouTube, but I truly believe TikTok, where the youth reside, is the one that's going to resonate with them the most. Now, as far as the lyrical content that we got on those projects, I mean, we're talking about violence, sexist, misogynist, homophobic lyrics, extremely violent, offensive. And I mean, just taking a look into Goblin, it has over 200 homophobic slurs or anti-gay lyrics, one of the stats is searched up, according to NME. So, hey, listen, we're not going for the cookie cutter. This isn't cookie cutter stuff. Now, a fair comparison that I can see to an artist today would be Lil Darky. But Lil Darky, even his darker content is just nowhere close to some of the early stuff we got with Odd Future. Definitely not even close. And with that, social media will be utilized in a way that will propel Odd Future forward, allow them to reach a broader audience, and at an accelerated pace as well. Now, one of the downsides that I see, the pro being social media, a negative can also be the social media platforms banning them. I could see this being done definitely on Instagram and YouTube. TikTok is debatable. I'm saying that's just how I feel about it if you were to start right now the way they were back then. Now, another pro that I see of this, of course, is streaming platforms allowing them to generate money a lot more faster and steadier than they would have back in the day. I mean, they had to go, the mixtapes were free. They had to go perform on venues, get that bread initially, but with the streaming platforms, the money would have been sustainable off the rip. So, well, not off the rip, but of course, as they continue to gain momentum and continue to push the music, their audience will grow. And another good group to sort of compare them to as far as growth, but not really, like the comparison's there for as far as like the structure, of course, the content completely different, but Brockhampton, we've seen that growth that Brockhampton was able to do. I believe Odd Future would have been able to do it at a quicker pace. Now, with that, some of the consequences that Tyler, the Creator, faced back in the early 2010s that we have yet to see from a rapper is he got banned from 3 different countries, New Zealand, Australia, and the entirety of the UK for the reasons, of course, promoting violence, homophobia, racism. I don't see no other rapper doing something that results in them getting banned from a country. The Baby, the worst that we've seen is him not being able to, certain venues canceling him, allegedly losing a Burger King deal. And that was it. This man didn't get banned from countries like Tyler, the Creator, did. Now, with this, I don't see Odd Future having Loiter Squad. I believe in this era, they would have been too wild for Loiter Squad TV. Some of the collaborations that we have seen from Odd Future in the past, whether we're talking about the Vans and, Tyler with Converse, so on and so forth. And I believe Tyler had a Sprite commercial at some point. Any brand deals would have been non-existent. Brand deals, non-existence. TV show, non-existence. A lot of the presence is going to reside on social media, hopefully before they get banned. And of course, hardcore fans, streaming platforms, and of course, performing live in certain venues. Now, I think most recently is whenever we've been seeing venues just straight up denying artists. We've seen it with Kanye West especially. We've seen it a little bit with the Baby, but seeing as how Odd Future was in the earlier days, now I could see a bigger rise of venues being like, hey, I don't know if we can let you here, with the sensitivity that has been going on. Now, everything, all the discussion, all the blogs that we've seen in the early 2010s are going to be magnetized to the max, 100% to the max, being that everybody could just go on social media. Every little song, every little verse would be nitpicked in real time. Now, every now and then, like every 3 or 4 months, we'll see on TikTok, like, oh wow, somebody goes back to Tyler's discography and attempts to cancel. But I mean, they've grown so much. They've grown so much from that point where it's just like, it was just with the times. But today, we would see more attempts. I still believe Odd Future, Tyler, the Creator, Earl, and them, they would still be fine. Now, some notable tracks that I could definitely see raising alarm: Sandwiches, Sarah, Tron Cat, Orange Juice. And of course, those tracks today, I would have loved to see that impact. Anyhow, in summary, would Odd Future have made it in 2021 through 2023? I absolutely believe all of them would have made it successfully. I mean, aside from Tyler, Earl, Damo, Genesis, Frank Ocean. Sorry, I had to breathe real quick. So on and so forth. I believe all of it collectively would have been able to be perfectly fine. Not perfectly fine, but they would have came up the same way. But they would have made it. They would have sustained successful careers. They would have been able to earn their bread. A lot of backlash, but ultimately, they'd be straight. They would have been fine.